I think it's time for my first sewing project of 2022. For this one, it kind of feels like it's gonna be an easy one in my head, but who knows if that'll actually go to plan. If you caught my thrifting video, probably towards the end of last year, you would have seen that amazing pink wash dyed two-piece that I found. So I've got the separate caftan and the dress, and over the past few weeks I've kind of been brainstorming what I could do to make it more suit my style, and I've come up with the combination of joining them together at the center with a circular cane feature piece. So the top and the skirt section will come up and meet there, and then it'll have an open featured back section. And in my mind that just sounds pretty straightforward, so we'll see how that ends up going. Also, to add to that, this Sunday afternoon I'm going out for a few drinks with my friends, and hopefully I can get it done within the next like hour and a half and I can wear it. Let's see how we go. I'm approaching this and figuring it out as I go, so I'm going to take you through the journey. I'm going to be calling the top piece a caftan, so we'll just go with that. My plan is I'm going to crop that, and then I'll just end up hemming the bottom edge and letting that kind of free flow. I'm going to mark out a few places where I'm going to cut it, or at least where I want it to sit. So for the back, I've got some high-waisted pants on, and I feel like that's a good indicator. I'm going to pop a pin kind of high-waisted on my back, and that's where I want the dress to finish. When I go to cut it, I'll probably add an inch of seam allowance onto that section. I think I want it lower on the back and come up a little bit higher on the front. And also I don't want too low of a V, because like if the circle is too low, then it's like a bit too much up here. Whereas if it's there, I feel like that'll be comfortable. Nah, I reckon that'll work. I'm a little bit stressed, but what I've done is I've folded it so front section kind of meets at the center back. That's just Ruska's little steps you can hear in the background walking and doing laps. So it's kind of like a mirrored version of each other, and I can cut it symmetrically now. Darcy also just said he doesn't think I'm going to finish this in time, but that just gives me fuel to finish it now. So I'm going to grab my pins and pin in a few more key places just so when I'm cutting it doesn't move around too much. And I'm just going to do something that probably makes every type A have an absolute meltdown, but I'm just going to eyeball about 1 inch from each of these pins and chop along there. So that 1 inch is the added extra seam allowance, so I can do a double hem. To be honest, I'm probably going to cut it a little bit more just to be safe as well. Just tried it on the front of the mirror. Definitely need to clean up a little bit of that underarm angle, but apart from that, everything is at an okay length. And then I'm just going to create a double fold along this whole bottom edge and sew it in place. So I've hemmed the bottom. Next I'm going to just grab this center section, wrap it over the top of this circle centerpiece, and then just sew along that top section, and that will secure it in place one side, and then repeat that on the other side. Side 1 is done. Now I'm just going to do side 2. What's on your mind? What's on your mind? It's so confusing. Is it 30 minutes until I need to go? Yeah. Do I think I'm going to get it done in time? Optimistic Maddy says yes. Reality says no. Worst comes to worst, I'm just going to wear this top with some pants or something like that. But where we're up to is I have just trimmed the top of this dress off, kind of in the same method. I folded it so the side edges meet in the middle. So that is the front, that is the back. And when I unfold it, it looks like this. And that top edge will be the bit that folds over there, and then I'm just going to take them in on the side seams so that it fits a little bit more snug up here, but I'm happy with the width and the flow down the bottom, so I'll leave that. Yeah, and then I'm probably going to have to go, but I'll wear this top out tonight. I might wear a bikini top underneath it, just because if it doesn't have this bottom anchoring it, I feel like we have a bit of exposure, which we don't want. So I'll measure my widest point down here, and then I'll add elastic in to bring it in. That's 39. If I divide that by 2, that is just going to fold that. 19.5, so then that is going to be the width. When I take it in up the top to that amount, I'll then just ease out to the existing bottom width. I've just pinned it in place so we can see the potential of the final outcome. I reckon it's so fun. It's still quite loose around here, but the goal is I will add elastic so it will help kind of hold it in place. Tomorrow I'm going to hem these edges, add the elastic in, and then join it onto here. And then maybe I might need to plan something for tomorrow night so I can wear it. Somehow it is almost a week later. I did end up wearing this top out to the gals cocktail afternoon and it made it through, it survived. I wore it with my DIY linen brown culottes and I feel like that was a cute combo. On our walk back to the car, we ended up on the beach and took a few photos under the moon because why not? It's been a few rainy days as well. And I don't know, life just happens, and today I'm finally back in the mood to get behind the machine. I need to remind myself where I'm up to, so all around this curved edge and the back edge and then back up the other front side, I'm just going to do one single fold, sew that in place. Let's see how it goes. Someday will be my day. That day is not today. Someday will be my day. That day is not today. I'm going to grab my elastic and measure out how much I want to go across my back. I want it to be quite snug around there because if the dress is too loose then it will kind of gape down. I'm kind of pulling it so it has a little bit of stretch and so that it fits from what would be where like my side seam is to my other side seam. Essentially just my center back, which is where I want the dress to sit. I've got the back side facing up towards me, it's inside out. I am just going to pin in a few key places. So once on the side seam, and then going to pull it over and attach it to the other side seam. And then as I'm sewing, I'll then stretch the elastic so it fills in the space of the back area. Literally sewing along the center, joining it directly onto this section, and then that sewing line that shows on the material will end up getting hidden from the good sides as I fold it over. I'm going to do this in a zigzag stitch as well. I think I'm down to like the last 2 steps. I did a little try on just to make sure that I pulled in enough where I wanted it to across my back and all was good. So all I have to do now is that final hem where I literally just fold it over. It will end up being about 1 centimeter on this front section and then obviously quite a little bit larger for the elastic bit where I just fold it over and just sew a normal hem, but obviously I will stretch it out as I go so it's nice and flat under the needle. Essentially now I have a top and a skirt. The back ends up looking like this stretchy goodness. My last steps is I'm going to do one hem along that top cross edge there, and then I'm just going to do that fold over like I did with the top around the circle, and I'm just going to figure out how much I need to pull it over so it kind of sits where I want it to. Also, there were these like little button floral details and originally I was going to take them off, but then as I've been making it I feel like I love them. I love it when you have a vision and it actually comes to life exactly how you wanted it to. I'm beyond obsessed with this dress, and I feel like because it has this fun pattern and it's got this loose fit towards the top, it gives it more of like a casual fun feel, so I'll probably wear it more. If for some reason I want to change things up, I can always gather it up and that will help make it a little bit more tighter and emphasize the cutout sections, but I think personally for my style and my comfort, I like that it's loose up the top and you can't really tell the cutout bits until I start like lifting up my arm and moving around a bit. That last little bit of getting the top section folded over the circle was very like busy and messy during it, but afterwards it all came together, which is good. Yeah. Now I just need to figure out how to style this. I'm like, what shoes do I wear? I don't know, let me know how you would style it or any tips or like links for inspiration. I know I'm going to wear it so much more in this style compared to the original caftan and just plain dress that it used to be. I'm glad that I could give it a new life. I hope this inspires you to think about different ways that you can upcycle thrifted pieces. But I hope you enjoyed watching along this video, and wherever you are, I hope you're having a lovely day, and I'll see you guys in the upcoming videos.
All the things I think about when I think about you, like the times you call it